Hello everyone, this is Donna from Even the Scales, and I'm on my channel right now to protect the air in my home and myself from the neighbours who are still sending their cigarette smoke, foul smells, dust, and now one of them's actually sending the smell of aftershave through into my home. So I have no idea why they're doing that, but anyway, this is what they're doing. They are sending chemicals into the air in my home. They're tampering with the air. St George Community Housing is responsible for what these neighbours are doing. For anyone who doesn't know, my landlord, St George Community Housing, has teamed up with corrupt members of the justice system and the health system to try and have me abused to death in my home. They've been doing this, they've been involved in this for 5 years. And the abuse got a lot worse around 20 months ago. And then 10 months ago, they started tampering with my air. And it's ever since then I've tried to call out to St George Community Housing to help me to stop these neighbours from doing this. And they are actually behind the whole scheme. They have rigged these neighbours' range hoods over their stoves, so that they could actually tamper with the oxygen that I'm trying to breathe in my home. And they have also placed illegal cameras in my home for these neighbours to stalk me on. These neighbours are also watching my heartbeat on a monitor as they do this, because this is a health system and justice system cover-up. The health system have placed a monitor in my body so that these abusers could watch my heartbeat as they carry out abuse. They know I have severe PTSD, and after being abused by these people for the past 20 months, I've been put through horrific abuse from these people. And the fact that they're tampering with my air, I'm severely traumatised over that. And not only that, these people are very mentally disturbed people. They are very cruel and they enjoy what they're doing. This is all these people do. The way these people stalk me is very, very disturbing. It is. It's all they do. They do absolutely nothing else whatsoever. One of them hasn't left his house in 20 months. If he has, it's only been for a very short time. I don't think he has, though. I really don't think he has left his house. Ever since he's been able to stalk and abuse me. Because, see, he's a natural abuser. He's also a known peeping Tom pervert in this area. I've been told that from other residents here who have caught him peering into their homes with his face up against the window. So he is a natural predator. He is also a natural abuser who is very cruel. And yeah, he loves abusing me so much that he hasn't left his home. It's all he does. These people are going on some kind of app on their phone where they can view into my home illegally. They can watch my heartbeat. And they have access to tampering with the air. And this landlord was going to gas me. He was. That's why he rigged the range hoods over these people's stoves. He was trying to gas me. He was going to. And he had to scrap that plan because I created a channel to save my life. So he's still tampering with the air. And he's doing that because he knows how traumatised I am. And he's watching my heartbeat on a monitor too. This landlord is. So are some of his staff. There's 2 female representatives that have been out to my home on numerous occasions to talk to me about these range hoods. And they refuse to fix them. And you know why that is? It's because the landlord and these neighbours and these representatives from St George Community Housing have just done so much to put me through abuse that they've got nothing to lose right now. So what they're doing is they're taking it to the absolute extreme. And, you know, even if these people are being watched right now by investigators, they're still willing to risk this because they know they're going to jail for the rest of their lives for attempted murder and crimes against humanity and environmental crimes. They know this. These 3 neighbours that are joined to my home are hired hit men and women. The neighbour that lives right next door to me, she abused my air. She does it every night. Every night she tampers with the air in my home. She sends the filthy smell of her house through, and the landlord has deliberately chosen this person to do this and he's also chosen that tactic to send the smell through because there was a woman who lived in that unit. And she was the one she really traumatized me. She put me through months of abuse. That woman was evil and cruel. And it didn't matter how much I cried out to her to stop what she was doing, she would not stop. Which tells me that she enjoyed what she was doing. She enjoyed watching me suffer. And these other people, these other 3 neighbours, they're exactly the same. So yeah, this woman moved out. So the landlord replaced her with someone that's exactly like her. And it's like this person's been told to act like her. And that's what they're doing. And they're being paid to do that. So, yeah, this woman's extremely cruel. And, yeah, it didn't matter how many times I called out for her to stop last night. Doesn't matter if I shame them on my channel. They don't care. These people don't care who's watching what they're doing. They are literally trying to murder me with an audience, and they think because they're doing it as a group and because, you know, you can't physically see the air that they're tampering with, they think that that's okay and they're going to get away with it, but they're definitely not. And the reason I'm creating this video, I'm going to post this to my channel, the reason that I am creating it is so that people know what these people are doing. Because, yeah, tampering with air is a silent thing and it's very sneaky. And these people, they, you know, no one can tell from the outside what they're doing. So, you know, this is why they think they're going to get away with this. But this landlord, St George Community Housing, has probably done this to people in the past. This is the thing. And he wouldn't have rigged the range hoods so that they could send gas through if they weren't going to take my life. And the woman that lives in the unit downstairs has been known to send gas through to my home on several occasions. And they think that's a big joke too, because whenever I call St George Community Housing for help, they gaslight me. And gaslighting is when someone will purposely say and do things to try and trigger you into anger. And this is what St George Community Housing do. And this is why this woman is sending the smell of gas through. It's just like, you know, it not only does it make her feel powerful, because, you know, obviously she's a sadist and that she feels like she has power over my life. So she sends that gas through every now and then, and, you know, that's a big joke because I use the term gaslighting. So these people are totally out of control. This landlord thinks he can make up his own rules as he goes along. He does. His business has absolutely no structure or it's not built on any structure or of principles or morals or, you know, code of ethics. There's nothing that this landlord will not do to try and get out of what they're doing. And these people, they are absolutely desperate. So this is why I need urgent help right now, because they will not stop. It doesn't matter how much I try and create awareness about what they're doing. And there's a lot of people out there that can see what they're doing. People that believe me, they know I'm telling the truth because my channel's built up so much information on it now that it has credibility. People know that I'm telling the truth. So I have no idea why these people are doing this. You know, maybe it's just the fact that these people are natural abusers and they can't go a day without harming me because they're so addicted to it. I mean, this person hasn't left their home. And the woman downstairs, she's exactly the same. She rarely leaves the house because she's a predator. She's an absolute predator. And these people are dangerous and desperate. And yeah, it doesn't matter how many people I tell or, you know, how much awareness I create, they don't stop because they've got nothing to lose. So this is why I'm in so much danger. Not only that, there's that, and then there's the fact that they're tampering with my oxygen. Like, I have phlegm in my throat right now. It's there because this woman's been sending dust through into my home all day yesterday, all night last night. Not only that, the person downstairs is sending chemicals through. He sends cigarette smoke through. He's just sent aftershave through. I mean, how childish are these people? You know, you would think that you were dealing with, like, not even children would be like that. Like, I don't know what these people are. Their behaviour isn't human. It's really not. It's inhumane. And so's this landlord. And yeah, he's sending aftershave through. So that's aerosol. And that's another thing. You know, they know that I care about the environment. And this is why they're doing that. They're sending those CFCs through into my home, along with the toxic chemicals that are in that, because I don't use that kind of aerosol if I can avoid it. So they also know that when I was taken to the Campbelltown Public Hospital and held against my will for 5 weeks, that was one of the things that the staff were doing. They were using aftershave as some kind of... it was meant to cause me breathing problems. They knew that I had breathing problems at the time because I had a low iron count in my blood. So they were trying to make those worse. So the staff at the hospital were, whenever they would come around me, not all of them, but a lot of them were wearing very, very strong perfumes and aftershave. They also know that one of the people that have put me through a lot of narcissistic abuse in my life, this person they've abused me since I was a child. That person wears very strong perfume, and that's something that I've told people in confidence in the past, and because they've gone back and got information to use against me, this is what they've done. They went back and the justice system have researched everything about my life, going right back to my past, and they found out all of the things that provoked me or annoyed me, and they've just tried to just fill my life up with all of those things as a part of this abuse. So yeah, that's why he's doing that. And it doesn't even make sense. I mean, does that even make sense to anybody? But anyway, right now I've got 3, and I'm going to say psychos because, you know, that is not, no exaggeration. I mean, you've only got to go back on my channel. That is the only word for these people. They are just hell-bent on trying to kill me, and they're trying to do that by constantly provoking me, by tampering with my air. They don't care how they do it. They don't care if it's by causing me breathing problems, because they're trying to do that around the clock. They don't care if it's making me give up hope on my life and I take my own life. That's another option that they hoped would happen. Then they're trying to also, they're watching my heartbeat. They know I have severe PTSD, so they're trying to constantly provoke me and put me through trauma. They know I'm traumatized by them tampering with my air. So they're doing that over and over again. Not only that, I have a disability. The health system have held back information from me about that disability to deliberately just... they don't want me to be recognised for it officially. That's why they've done that. So it's all a part of the psychological abuse that the health system and the justice system are carrying out on me. And yeah, they do this so that I have to vacuum my home every day just so that I can breathe, because I also have severe sinus. And yeah, that phlegm in my throat, that's my body rejecting the dust and the toxins that they're sending into my home. I can't handle toxins. They also know that. I mean, I have health conditions, you know, and they're trying to constantly aggravate those. And they're watching my heartbeat on a monitor as they do this because of this implant that the Campbelltown Hospital have placed in my body so that these people can abuse me and watch the panic. When they know I'm panicking, these groups will all work together. So they're all watching my heart on some kind of device. It's attempted murder. When one sees one is making my heart beat fast, they will do something. Sometimes it's all three of these neighbours attacking at once the air in my home. One of them will be sending dust through. One of them will be attacking my air with foul smells and cigarette smoke. And I'll tell you what, this woman's house, it's disgusting. When she turns on her range hood, the smell comes through. But this is what the landlord has tried to replicate, because the woman that traumatised me with cigarette smoke and the smell of her home moved out. So he has specifically got this woman in there and made her like the other person. And she's doing exactly what the other person did. And he knows that woman traumatised me. You know, I'm severely traumatized. These people, they are terrorizing me, and they've done so for 20 months. So they're murderers. They're capable of murder. They're not murderers. Okay, I'm not labeling them murderers, but they are capable of murder, and they have tried to take my life every day for 20 months. They've been hired to do that by the landlord. It is like an organised crime network of people that all work together to do this to people, to cover up crimes of the justice system and the health system. And this landlord has probably done this to other people, so he is just trying to force my death. That's what he's trying to do. This landlord sits there all day and views into my home illegally, watches my heartbeat, and his whole life depends on me dying. And I just cannot for the life of me think how he thinks he's going to get away with that when so many people have viewed my channel and seen these videos. So I have no idea what is going through his mind, but he really needs to wake up to himself and face the truth. Because I'm not dying for you, landlord. I'm not dying for some filthy scumbag that abuses innocent people, helpless people, to death in their homes for bribe money. You have got to be joking. I'm not dying for you. And it's the same with these neighbours. They are codependent on my death. And they work hard at it 24 hours a day. These people can see into my bedroom. People might think, why don't you move? Well, you know, I would love to move. There's nothing more. I would love to move. But the thing is, this is the justice system and the health system behind this. And when I lived down the coast, there was people from the justice system and the health system involved then. So it doesn't matter where I go. The justice system and the health system are going to follow me to wherever I go and put me through this again. So that's why I have to stay here and I have to get through this. These people are caught. You're all caught. You're about to go to jail. Some of you probably for the rest of your life for the extreme cruelty you have put me through. And this is happening so that this disgusting landlord and his minions can never do this to anyone again. All the Campbelltown police, all the police on the South Coast that are involved, or the health system, Campbelltown Public Hospital. There's a lot of corruption at that hospital. A hell of a lot. And the truth needs to come out. It does, because, man, if there's other people that have been through what I've been through at that hospital and not had a voice, and they've gone in there and they haven't come out, I tell you what, they would have suffered. They would have suffered. They would have gone through so much suffering before they passed away, because they tried to abuse me to death at that hospital. And they took me there on false pretenses. The emergency services are involved in this in Campbelltown, New South Wales. The police are involved. So this landlord thinks that he's just going to be able to take my life. And he's doing that by trying to speed my heart up and then slow it down. Speed it up and slow it down. Speed it up, slow it down. And that's probably what health professionals have told him to do to try and cause me a heart attack. So, yeah, he thinks that he's going to be able to just take my life, and then the Campbelltown police and the emergency services are just going to come in and, you know, and cover it all up for him. So that's his plan, but he can't accept that I haven't died. You know, I was supposed to be dead a long time ago in these people's eyes. Not in God's eyes, but in these people's eyes. So they can't accept that I'm not dead. And this landlord's probably going to lose millions, you know. I don't know what he owns, what he's, yeah, like, it's St. George Community Housing, well-known housing provider. And, yeah, like, he just, he doesn't care. He must be a very cruel person too. And he needs to be caught. He does. So if you've listened to this video, thank you very much. If you can help me in any way to bring these people to justice, please help me. This is happening because of a police cover-up where they're covering for abusive men that have carried out violent crimes against women. They're also covering up for pedophiles. So this is the kind of people that are involved in this. And there's two women that are putting me through intense abuse in my home. These two women that are joined to my home, and they, you know, they're helping these men. They're being paid to do that. They're being paid from wealthy people to do it too, because there's a lot of organisations involved in this that got involved in this. They've invested a lot of time, money, and energy into this for the past 20 months, and they know that when they're caught that they're going to be ruined too. So, and people are going to be shocked when they find out who's involved in this. But yeah, right now I need this, I need to breathe clean air in my home where I pay rent and I don't harm anybody. I'm a good member of this community, and I haven't done anything to deserve this other than know the truth about pedophiles and abusive men. And that's what's happening. I just need to breathe clean air in my home right now. That is my priority. So every time these people tamper with my air, I'm going to talk about it on my channel. I'm going to document it on my channel, and I'm also going to make people aware of what the justice system and health system's doing and this landlord. And yeah, if you can help me, please help me, because these people are dangerous and desperate. They're so desperate right now. I mean, they're literally trying to kill me with an audience. I'll just mention too that the landlord has people paying to view into my home illegally on illegal cameras to see me be put through cruelty. So he's getting money off that too. And if he's got cameras in my home getting money like that, he's got cameras in other people's homes too. I mean, this is a corrupt landlord who probably owns, you know, a great deal of real estate, and they'd have cameras in other people's homes too, making money on the dark web. So yeah, he needs to be stopped, and I want to breathe clean air. So please, if you can help me, please help me. If you can help me just by creating awareness and sharing a video, that would be most appreciated too. Have a good day.